Hi y'all, this is Larry at Deep South Texas, and today we're going to make cheesecake. But not just any cheesecake, America's cheesecake. So the first thing we need to do is to make a crust for our cheesecake. Now, a lot of people use graham cracker crust for cheesecake, which is perfectly fine. But here at Deep South Texas, we're going to make a shortbread crust. Let's get started. So for our shortbread crust, we need 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, a third of a cup of sugar, one stick of softened butter, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we put that in the stand mixer and mix it up. And I forgot, a pinch of salt. So the crust has been mixed up. It's real crumbly. Now let's get the pan ready. And what I have is a 10-inch springform pan, and I am going to butter the inside of the pan and then line it with some parchment paper. So the pan has been buttered, and now I've taken some parchment paper, cut it into strips, and sliced little indentations along one side to make it go in the round pan a little bit easier. So we just lay that in the pan. Now the sides have been lined, and then we take out a round piece and put it on the bottom. And now we pour in our crust mixture. And we press that in firmly into the pan. So the crust is in the pan, and now we put this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Of course, you have to have cream cheese in order to make cheesecake. And I have the cream cheese that I made from 1 gallon of milk. It should be just about the right amount, which would be 2 pounds, but we'll measure that in a little bit. And the cream cheese weighs 33.8 ounces. So if you were going to make this with, and I'm going to use it all, if you were going to make this with purchased cream cheese, you would need 4 of the 8-ounce packages. Now this cream cheese hasn't been salted yet, and I am going to put in a half a teaspoon of salt. So we have our crust, we have our cream cheese with a half a teaspoon of salt. We've got a cup of sugar. We've got the zest from 1 lemon. It looks like about a teaspoon. 3 tablespoons of flour. We're going to put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 4 eggs from our own chickens, and 1/3 of a cup of cream. Let's get going. So first I'm going to add the lemon zest to the sugar and then get that thoroughly mixed within the sugar to try to break up any of the lemon zest that might want to stick together. And now I'll add that sugar and lemon zest to my mixing bowl. And I'll also put in the flour. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then we'll put that in the mixer and get it mixed up. Well, that's pretty well mixed. Now let's add in our eggs. And get those mixed in. And finally, let's add in our cream. And now we're going to add this mixture to our crust in the pan. Again, this is a 10-inch springform pan. So the cheesecake mixture is been poured into the crust and sort of evened out a little bit. Now it goes into a 350-degree oven for 15 minutes, and then we turn the oven down to 250 degrees and cook it for an additional 60 minutes or until we think it's done. We'll get back when it comes out. Well, the cheesecake has been in the oven for about 65 minutes. We brought it out. Now we're going to put a coating on top, and the coating is 1 cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're going to put that on top and then put that back in the oven for 15 minutes for the sour cream to set up. And back in the oven. So the cheesecake has been back in the oven for 15 minutes to set the sour cream topping. And by the way, that sour cream topping is totally optional. So now we're going to let it set here on the counter until it gets to room temperature, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. When it comes out of the refrigerator, we're going to add a little bit of decoration, and then we're going to enjoy it. Stick around for that. The cheesecake has been in the refrigerator for 24 hours. It's time to take a look at it. And there it is. Let's see if we can get it out of the pan without destroying it. Well, it's a springform pan, so hopefully it's going to come apart okay. So that part came out. Now, how easy is it going to get this parchment paper off? So it looks like just tearing it down the sides a little bit works pretty good. We'll get this out and we'll be right back. Well, with the help of a couple spatulas and taking our time, we managed to get it out of the cake pan and transferred over to a serving plate. Now, just as it is, this cheesecake is ready to eat. But because we have a holiday coming up, 4th of July is tomorrow, we're going to decorate this with a patriotic theme. So we'll show you that when we get that done. So let's get a close-up here. We have cherry pie filling and blueberries and a little bit more cream cheese for the star. Looks good enough to eat. Okay, let's cut a slice. All right, now let's see if we can get that out of there okay. Well, getting that out was a little harder than I thought, but there it is. And it's looking pretty good. Let's give it a taste. An excellent cheesecake. Well, let's try a test on camera. That is good. As good as the best cheesecake you've ever had. Well, I want to wish all of you that are watching a happy 4th of July. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you again next time.